morning, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for listening into our Apex Data Storage Services webinar. We're going to uncover and share some more information around our Apex as a Service storage offering specifically. My name is Ihab Al-Ghazawi. I'm from the Apex Global Sales Enablement team. It's my absolute pleasure to have with me today my colleague Lisa Polk, UK Sales Specialist, specifically working on Apex. Mr. Richard Flux, who is the Equinix Alliance Development Manager, with us today. The agenda today that we would like to cover together is why Apex Data Storage Services is important for our customers. How does it all work? What does Equinix actually bring to the table? And a little bit about the Customer Success Manager role, a little bit about the extra professional services that Dell Technologies has and that can help our customers on their journey to as a service. If you would like, and you haven't done so already, please listen to our Q4 webinar that's available. You'll see the link on the screen, so please click on that and have a look. I want to start off with Lisa. Why storage as a service? Why is it important to our customers? Please, Lisa.
Yeah, I think it's a really good question. I think if you look at how traditionally IT have aligned to their businesses, they've struggled potentially with over or under provisioning.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have over provisioning, then you've got some capacity that you've paid for that you've never really utilised. I think if we then also look at the other challenges that they may well have as to how businesses may diversify and they have unprecedented growth,
yes,
that again they may well be under provisioned for the business needs and they can't quite marry up at the pace. And if we look at things like capital expenditure, businesses probably want to hold on to their cash.
Yes.
That's never been more so than the last 2 years. So they're looking maybe more to using that OPEX type revenue stream. I think whilst CapEx budgets potentially have become more of a challenge and also limited, I think we need to look at also the human resources that are available
Absolutely.
to IT teams. They've also become reduced and the skill sets that they need needs to somehow scale. And if we layer on top of that cloud initiatives, it becomes really complex for those IT organizations. So what we're saying is, as a service, consume your IT as you need it at the pace that it's required by the business. So what you would do on day one is you would land the capacity and provision for what you need. So you're paying for what you use, and then you can scale as you grow. You can then also use that as an OPEX type treatment.
Yes.
So you move away from that CapEx and that 3-year cycle and pay for what you use as you use it. I think the as a service piece offers the fact that we can actually give back IT teams time to go and spend on bigger projects that deliver business impact and value rather than maintaining and sort of patching the infrastructure. We can do that for you.
I'm with you. I hear it from customers all the time, Lisa. Do more with less. And they, like you said, I love what you said there, let them focus on new innovative products, being the first to market, delivering exceptional customer experiences, and let us keep the lights on in the background. I love that. Lisa, tell me, the next level of detail, Apex Data Storage Services, what are the options that are available to our customers today?
So if we look at Apex Data Storage Services, I think we need to really also consider the console, which is a real heart of the Apex offerings that we have. And it's how we offer out that self-service, that simplified experience to provisioning your own as a service.
Okay.
So if you look at Apex Data Storage Services, it is a service. We abstract away from the hardware. We're going to offer out to you a service that we SLA and SLO back.
Okay.
And to do that, all we ask you to do is hit 5 clicks. So you go onto the console, you choose your data tier, block or file. You then choose your performance tier. You choose the term of length, either 1 or 3 years. And then you choose the capacity that you need day one.
Okay.
And with that capacity, you do get a buffer capacity.
How much?
So 20%.
Oh, beautiful.
So that allows you to have those burst moments so you can scale with your business for those short-term needs.
Those unpredictable workloads.
Exactly. And then what you can actually choose for ADSS in the console as well, you can choose to have it on-prem or you can have it in a co-location, all through one bill.
Okay, fantastic. You mentioned the word co-location.
I did.
Is that where Mr. Richard Flux comes in?
It might be.
Tell me more. Tell me more about Equinix. Tell me more, please, about what value proposition that Equinix brings to the table to our customers. Why would a customer go with a Dell Colo Equinix option, please, Richard?
It's a great question. And it's a really exciting partnership that we have together because it's two industry leaders making things easier. So if you got the first kind of thing we can talk about is the simplification of the management. Again, you're talking about co-location. We take that away and make it simple and consumable for our customers. But then also we go down to the bit more layers and see that Equinix has over 220 sites around the world. We open that up to our customers, our joint customers, and allow them to expand their business operations where they want, but also potentially to explore new geos where they haven't been able to invest in before because they haven't had people on the ground. We open up that opportunity to them as and when they need it. But then we go, and this of course are all in very secure facilities, and we meet the regulatory compliance, again making it very simple as we go through to make sure that it's approachable and manageable for them as a business. But I think we go that one step further and we look at all our data centers are mostly connected together with Equinix Fabric. And what that is, it makes it very simple for them to connect into the public cloud and also the other 3,000 plus cloud and service providers as well in a private, secure manner. And this can be dialed up and increased as and when those business needs are there.
Fantastic.
Or dialed back as they change and increased in terms of multiple connections. Again, it gets that data where you need it. And I think that's a really important part of our partnership that gives it back to our customers because no one knows what the future brings, but if you're in the right place to take advantage of it, that is where we want to be.
Customers don't need to go and contract with Equinix. It's part of, is that right? Part of the...
Yeah, it's perfect because what you're really doing is managing it all by Dell under one single bill. Okay. So the idea of the relationship between Equinix and Dell is not just a placement of Apex in a data center. It's placing it where it can be really effectively used. Again, like you were talking about earlier with the data about being able to adapt and connect, that's exactly what we can provide. And it's so easy to consume because it just adds on as and when they need it.
Oh, that's so valuable. A lot of our customers, Richard, they talk about data centers being full. Talk about they don't want to be in the business of data centers. So this is a fantastic option for our customers. Thank you so much. I want to go back to Lisa for a minute. You said it's a fully managed service?
I did, yes. So it's actually fully managed by us and the customer can operate. So what we also do in line with that is we offer something called the Customer Success Manager.
Okay.
Now the Customer Success Manager is essentially the concierge between you and the Apex service. They are there to ensure that you get the experience that we said you were going to do.
Fantastic.
What they can do is they can look at your utilization, they can help with capacity planning, any support queries that you may have. They're there as an extension between you and the Apex offerings.
That's fantastic. So the Customer Success Manager is something that's part of the service.
Correct.
Comes with the service. We don't pay extra for.
No.
Okay. What if a customer wants additional help, additional professional services? Is that something that Dell Technologies can offer?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a Dell service offering. It's obviously high pedigree. And it is something that our customers may want to do. So if you think about the pace of what we can actually deliver with ADSS, you may well also need some help to accelerate from the platform you already have the data on and migrate it onto that brand new ADSS offering. We can help do that. We can help integrate the ADSS service into your IT service catalogs as well. And obviously, if you wanted to abstract away even more from the risk of owning, managing, we can offer consultant residencies to implement other parts of the service offerings, but really become an extension again of your IT team.
That's so useful. I like that. So Dell Technologies can do it for you. We can add more additional professional services, data migration, you mentioned. Consultancy residency you mentioned, integration to existing service catalogs, fantastic. Final kind of number one reason for our customers to look at and examine and maybe dig even deeper into data storage services. Maybe we'll start with Richard, please.
For me, it comes down to what you want your data to do for you. So it's that level of interconnection, about where you can connect to securely, privately with low latency, but the possibilities are endless.
Yes.
And I think that's the part that really captures it for me.
Fantastic, thank you. Lisa.
I think it's possibly the abstraction away from the management and the patching and the maintaining of the infrastructure and allowing those IT teams to getting on with those really valuable and impactful projects that allow the business to evolve.
I like that very much. You know, I always say to customers, if they're in healthcare or financial services or manufacturing, they need to focus on their business, their outcomes, not keeping the lights on in the data center. Thank you so much, Richard, for being with us today. Lisa, thank you so much for being with us today as well. Thank you to everyone who listened into our session today. Please feel free to look at delltechnologies.com for some more information. Please contact your Dell account executive to discuss Apex Data Storage Services and what it can do for you. Thank you ever so much. Bye-bye.